Hi everyone, this is Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam. And if your speakers are heating up, that means you're listening to the Yerrrr Sports Show. They're on fire. Boom shakalaka. Available on all streaming platforms. Come on. Boom shakalaka.
Came here to say that you don't really want it with us. Yeah, we live, you know. We came here to say that you don't really want it with us. Yeah, the sports show.
Yeah.
Yerrr.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to we can count this episode 186 of the Your Sports Show.
Fair
I am
enough.
your host, the wise brother, Big Baby, aka the Soul of R&B, and to my right hand woman, the Queen, aka Air Infinity, aka Queen Tay. What's going on?
Not much, y'all. Happy Monday or whatever.
Yeah, it's Monday. It's
Happy
Monday.
Monday. Happy Monday. It's cold as hell outside. It's supposed to
It
get
is.
worse tomorrow.
Yeah,
This weather is real. It is winter is here. It hit
yeah,
different.
yeah. See, look, you were the Ice Queen for a little bit, so you know what this weather is like.
Always the ice queen.
Always the Ice Queen. Always
Forever the ice queen.
the But we want to give you guys just a quick episode about what's been going on in the NFL because it's kind of it's this year has been really wicked in terms of how the NFL usually looks compared to what it looks like now. The NFC
Absolutely.
the NFC East still is the NFC East, but the NFC is still the NFC, but the AFC picture looks a little wild to where potentially the Chiefs and the Ravens are not going to make the playoffs. And the more surprising one is the Chiefs because of how the Chiefs have been dominating the league for the last however many years.
About
So
5, 6 years now.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
about almost 5 years. I mean, they started raising into like notoriety. I think they won their first Super Bowl in 2020.
hmm
And then they've been it's like when you speak about the NFL over the past 5, 6 years, it's always been the Bills, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens. Of course, like you have your in and out teams, like the Steelers are always like bubbling under the surface. That's all like AFC, but like on the NFC, you really only had like the Eagles. The Lions were kind of trying to make a stand last season. They don't even look as dominant this year as they did last year. And
yeah,
like it's wide open. I mean, I think the heavy favorite right now is definitely the Eagles are the heavy favorite still, I think, personally. But
hmm
we don't for the first time, we really don't know if for the first time in years, we don't know if the Chiefs are even going to I mean, this is the first time that they fell below 500
it
in a
is.
very long time. I mean, their record I think is what 6-7 or something like that. Six,
Yeah,
seven, six,
the,
seven.
the how young people be coming up with stupid stuff.
Yeah, I think they're 6-7.
Yeah, they that
Yeah, 6-7.
6-7. Yeah, as I look at the standings right now, the Chiefs are 6-7. Um,
Mhm.
the Dolphins are also 6-7.
I'm not surprised about the Dolphins at all, though.
No, I'm not with Tua's constant injuries and the way the Dolphins are. They've kind of just fell out of favor in with the NFL guys, honestly. Um,
Yeah.
but it seems like the Chiefs have as well. Especially with their last performance. They got belt to ass by the Texans. Um, it was a weird sight to see. And the Texans aren't a bad team this year. They are 8-5 though.
Yeah, I mean, the Texans are always like a on and off really decent team, to be
Yeah,
honest with you, more on than off. I
right.
mean, but when you look at the teams that everybody's been talking about for the past few years,
hmm
to see, I mean, everybody had a date, a
Yeah,
year. And I think this year has been like, I mean, up until Daniel Jones got injured, like the Colts were like a heavy favorite. The
yeah,
Colts look pretty dominant, look pretty good. Minnesota is you know, sheesh. The Eagles don't even look that great either. The Texans look good. The Steelers look like on and off. The Packers look pretty good.
The Packers are second, have a second seed right now if the playoffs started today.
Yeah, the Packers look pretty damn good. I'm not gonna hold you, but sorry, I'm just adjusting
Yeah,
my camera. But everybody went into the season thinking that the Chiefs were the heavy favorite to kind of get their revenge against the Eagles, and it looks like they're gonna be watching the Super Bowl from the same place we are.
right, right. Because as I'm looking at the standings right now, the top of the AFC, since we're on them right now, the Broncos 11-2, which was so
Yeah,
surprising. I
yeah.
like, whoa! And the even more surprising team was the Patriots, are 11-2.
The Patriots are busting ass.
Yeah, they look like what's the name is back coaching them.
Belichick.
It look like Belichick is back. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Jags are the third seed right now. The Steelers jumped into the fourth seed after they beat the Ravens on Sunday, which was a highly contested game, but Aaron Rodgers kind of turned back the clock a little bit.
It's the regular season. Calm down. He always has one, at least 1 to 3 show out games during the regular season. But I don't. I have a soft spot in my heart for Mike Tomlin.
I do too.
So it's like I don't really care for Aaron Rodgers, but I don't want Tomlin to fail.
Right,
So it's like that's why I've been pretty easy on my Aaron Rodgers. Like he hasn't really given me much to talk about anyway. But it's like, all right, not too much on Tomlin, y'all.
right, and that's the biggest thing. Like nobody's a Steelers fan on this podcast at all.
No,
Nobody's ever been a
but
Steelers
big Tomlin fans.
Tomlin fans from
Yeah.
beginning to end. Like
Mm-hmm.
from
We've
beginning.
always spoke truly. We speak of him with the respect that he deserves.
Absolutely.
Even though they haven't won a Super Bowl in God knows how long. But just the winning percentages over the years, always having a winning record, no matter what.
No matter
Um,
what.
no matter what. And can we take a minute to talk about the fact that the Giants are like the best 2-11 team in the league?
Man,
They are so entertaining. They are so entertaining. Like just their off field antics. Jameis Winston is, and to me, he is
man.
running for Michael Strahan's role
Yes.
post NFL. I mean, he was entertaining to watch the couple of games where he started, and the Giants looked pretty okay. I think the Giants would have done a little bit better had it not been for the circumstances.
Yeah.
And I do believe that having two veteran quarterbacks, like a Super Bowl winning quarterback in Russell Wilson, and a very, seasoned journeyman like Jameis Winston
Yep.
really helped Jackson Dart
Mhm.
in a way that he would not have had he had just been handed the reins when he came to New York. I think that you have to put some respect on both of their names. It's so easy to jump on the I hate Russell Wilson or Russell Wilson's overrated bandwagon.
It is.
And I think that it's obviously, I've always been a big Russell Wilson supporter.
You have.
You know, I always keep the same energy, and I always look at the fact that he's always on the field. He's always right there. He did not give up on the season. He did not give up on these guys. He was I see leadership. I see the love and respect for the game. I see that he and Sierra try to really integrate themselves into New York culture.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and Jameis Winston is a hidden gem.
I think they both have to stay. I think for like it's one of those things like when like comparing the NBA to the NFL in a way where when the NBA used to have veterans that were just on the bench and they didn't play or anything like that, like Udonis Haslam type people, where they were there and they made the culture what it was for their specific team.
I
I
agree.
I think you have those two guys there still with Jackson Dart developing because we see what Jackson Dart can do. Right, it's not anything to where it's like, oh, we're kind of shaky. Jackson Dart has shown that with the right pieces around him, Jackson Dart can be something special for New York. But it's all the whole culture thing. where a lot of teams just don't
Absolutely.
have a culture.
Absolutely. He's proven why he was drafted so high
Hmm.
in the I'm sorry. I am so tired. It's been a day. He's proven why he was drafted so high.
Hmm.
And then now when we speak about somebody who wasn't drafted as high
Yep.
as they should have been, the person who we've been saying all along, I have to say, like, it was really shitty for how people tanked him before he got to the league. And
Man.
the way, I'm gonna let you tee it up.
Hmm.
But like, man, Sh- Shedeur Sanders really, we've said it before, we've said it for a while, but he really got a shitty end of this. He really got a shitty deal.
He did. He did. Absolutely. Like from the beginning to him not even being named the second string quarterback when Flacco got traded out, to him
Yeah.
not getting first team reps until the week before, um the week before last when he lost. And I mean he lost the last 2 weeks, but to even just the recent game where we're talking about Shador brought them back. Shador had a hell of a game. Most veteran quarterbacks are having trouble having the game that Shador Sanders just had. He threw for over 350, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He took 2 sacks. Um, that's one of Shador's kind of like Achilles' heels, that he sometimes stays in the pocket too long, or sometimes he
Yeah,
tries
but
to
a
extend.
lot of these guys stay in the pocket
Yeah.
a long time. But if you don't have a synergy with your O line because you guys haven't been really working out together, you get what
Hmm.
I'm saying, because you haven't had the proper reps throughout the season, training camp, X, Y, and Z. It
Hmm.
is not his fault because
It's
you've
not.
seen that same issue with Jackson Dart.
Yep.
Jackson Dart tries to play hero ball.
Hmm.
And the reason why I'm comparing the two is because they're fresh faces in the league, not
There.
because I'm thinking one is better than the other. I resign from conversations like that.
Hmm.
But I feel like the same way Dart is what I would say is Dart is heralded for taking those risks and taking those chances and taking the leadership,
Hmm.
whereas Shador, very well was supposed to be in the same draft spot that Jackson Dart was supposed to be in. To be real, like he was supposed to be like number three, number four,
Hmm.
and that because there was a long time of being having the pick for the Giants,
Yep.
right? Daboll tanked them.
Absolutely.
And it's a case of be careful with how you treat people, what you say about people, because now look, Dable don't have a job, and nobody's gonna talk about Dable for a very long time.
Yeah. Dable.
That was
He's
totally
but
unnecessary,
yeah.
totally unnecessary. But
If if
should yeah, got
if we look at the game that he had, um, look at the Raiders game, right? He had um, was that the game he came in last minute?
yeah, I believe it was the Raiders game.
Yeah. If I'm looking at it right, he threw for 209, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and they won that one, right? He was thrown. He's had 4 games so far, right? He was thrown into the mix, the Ravens game when I even forget their number one quarterback, the quote unquote the one they drafted before him, right? I forget his name right now. It's not
Mm-hmm.
even important. But the Ravens game, he was thrusted in, and then people were just losing their mind, right? The Raiders game, his first NFL win, 209 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He had a QB rating of 87, right? The Niners game, where he lost, 149 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interception, 93.6 passer rating, 64% complete percentage, right? And then this recent game against the Titans. Now, people are trying to throw like, oh, the Titans are the worst team in the league. Don't matter. You have to go out there and produce. 364 yards, almost 400 total yards in general. because he had 29 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 rushing touchdown, 97.7 passer rating, 54.8 completion percentage. And he brought them back from a deficit that he didn't even cause. Now, yes, people can be like, yeah, he threw the interception to change the whole game. Yeah, right. Whatever. But we have to look at coaching. Kevin Stefanski has been showing us that he is not a good coach. Granted, yes, 2 coach of the years, whoop de doo, right? But the way you're coaching this kid versus the way you have coached players in the past, you are showing us that you do not,
Rock with this kid at all.
you don't rock with him
It feels
at
personal.
all.
It
Right.
feels very
Yeah, it feels super personal.
it feels super personal. And I believe that him naming Shedeur as starter
Mm-hmm,
for the remainder of the season, I think it was forced.
mm-hmm.
I don't think he did that with the clear conscience in mind. I think that was a I think management stepped in
Has
at
to
this
have.
point because it was looking crazy. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't know what every time he speaks at the podium about it, he sounds ignorant. He doesn't sound like he has a compelling case
Nope.
for why this is the way this is,
Mm-hmm.
especially if your quarterback is producing. If he's producing beyond expectation. Now, mind you, is he producing above my expectation for what Shedeur Sanders is capable of? No. But the way that this kid came into the league, all eyes on him. He's a legacy talent. Just all the accusations of ego and nepotism and blah 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 blah. And he's shining on, to be honest with you, the Browns are not a great team. They haven't been in a very long time.
Nope.
And to kind of bring them into right now prominence, and for people who usually take a really unbiased approach with
Mm-hmm.
this stuff, is even like looking at this like this is unfair. Like, what is it? I don't understand what it is. I think Stefanski is like he's probably like one of them old school coaches that's like do as I do and not as I say. And being proven wrong this way was not the way he should have been have to prove wrong. And I think that this might be the thing that ultimately cost him his job.
It has to. It has to.
It might
And
not. It
it,
might
it might.
more egregious things have happened. But I do believe that there is room now that Shador has that maybe he needs to get out of Cleveland.
That's the thing, though, right? Management doesn't want to be on the wrong side of history with this, right? Because Cleveland Browns have a really good defense, right? With Miles Garrett, damn near about to hit his 20 sack mark, and they have the pieces, right? They have a lot of good young pieces. It just doesn't seem like Stefanski wants to be part of building that roster, right? So if your coach is constantly showing you that you have a diamond in the rough and you don't want to build them, you got to get him out of there, right? You got to get the coach out of there. Now,
We think so, but we don't know how much faith the Browns have in Shador either, because this has gone on entirely too long. And it's not as if they were doing really great and this, and the third. I mean, you put Joe Flacco, like, come on. Like, let's be
Flacco was their number 1 at the beginning of the season.
yeah, that's to me, that's ignorant. And it is not conducive to it's like you already gave up on your season.
Not even like Dylan Gabriel, right? He could have started the season, right? And then if Dylan Gabriel, you give Dylan Gabriel his his 7 to 8 weeks, and you give Shador his 7 to 8 weeks, right? Call it a day. Joe Flacco should just be there in the event that both of them, God forbid, both of them got hurt. Y'all made Joe Flacco look like the savior at the beginning of the season, no matter what they were saying. Like, oh no, he's just insurance. No, you should have started one of the young dudes because Joe Flacco's not in the league for too much longer.
And it felt lazy.
super lazy.
It felt really lazy. It felt misguided. And it just, right now it's like the calls for Stefanski's job is getting louder.
Mhm.
I really hope that they could really explain like what the problem was. I don't understand what the issue was. I don't get it. It's really weird.
Yeah,
I've watched a lot of football over the years, and it's very rare that I've seen a circumstance like this.
it is. It's like you have the piece right here. And again, we know the Browns are not world beaters, right? But you can build them to potentially be disruptors with their defense and with the young pieces that y'all have on offense and defense. You can build them to be disruptors and potentially be one of those one game over 500 teams that's potentially could make
A
the
wild
playoffs
card,
or the
yeah.
wild card or it can knock somebody else out the playoffs while potentially continuing to build your team. But they have decided at that time, I guess they've decided like it's whatever. And then because of the loss, right now they have the third draft pick. And if they're still thinking about picking another quarterback, you have to trade Shedeur. Like you said, you got to trade. If you're still thinking about picking another quarterback, where you still have Dylan Gabriel, you still have Shedeur Sanders on your roster, get Shedeur out of there because y'all
Yeah.
clearly don't believe in him. And another quarterback I kind of feel bad for is also like Cam Ward. He was picked number one, but he's gotten a raw deal because the Tennessee Titans are shit.
Oh yeah. Oh
they
yeah.
they are shit.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
and salute to him for trying to be the leader and trying to change the culture there. But it takes more than just a quarterback to change the culture. It takes an entire rebuild and a wipe and a refresh. Now for the Browns, what's going to end up happening is you got to get off of Deshaun Watson for sure because he's never going to play a game in the Browns uniform again. He might not ever play in the NFL again. That you know, talent aside, he probably shouldn't be playing no more, right? Again, Dylan Gabriel, a good talent. If the Browns believe in Gabriel that much, get up off Shedeur, let him go someplace to where he can build. And I don't get mad at Shedeur for not wanting to because the Ravens want to draft him. Lamar Jackson got like a billion more years, bro. Like I'm not gonna play behind Lamar Jackson. Like I get it. I'm not gonna
I
play
don't
behind
know, but his
him.
productivity is waning as well. I mean, the windows are closing for not so much so, but we keep in mind that a lot of these guys, like the Patrick Mahomeses, the freaking um the Josh Allens, the Lamar Jacksons of the world, they're aging.
They're aging quick too because of the way the game is played. Lamar Jackson's 28 years old and he hasn't.
How many seasons has it been from, like 7
Let's see.
or
Uh,
6?
I'm about to see right now. Seasons. Yeah. He was drafted in 2018.
So about
So
7.
about 7 years. So he's getting to Lamar Jackson is still getting to his stride, and I feel like most NFL quarterbacks are not the best that they're going to be until they get to kind of like once they get to like 30, where they kind of
I don't
understand
agree
the game
with that
better.
usually. Usually, no, not this day and age. I mean, these guys have been in your span to be a productive quarterback is like, you have the anomalies aside. Like you put aside the Tom Brady's, you put aside the Aaron Rodgers, you put aside certain ones like,
The
you
man
know,
and stuff
you
like
have yeah, but like even Eli played what 10 seasons, 11 seasons at that.
that.
I mean, about 11, 12 seasons, Peyton the same, about 10, about 10 to 12. So when you think about it, if Shador was at the Ravens, he would have like 3 years. But I could see him someplace like, to be honest with you, I could see him with the Raiders. I could see him with
I could
the
see him
T-
go to the Jets or something like that, where
I could
they
see it with the
just
Jets. the Jets don't really have a franchise quarterback right now. I
Hmm.
mean, this kid has the skills to be a franchise quarterback. He
Right.
has the skills, he has the pedigree. And I know I'm talking after just watching him play a couple of games, but this um isn't beneath or beyond any realm of possibility. I hate having this pillow on my bed because I keep picking at it. Because it's so fluffy. But it's not outside it is. It's not outside the realm of any possibility. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, give this kid a chance. If I don't think it's going to be a world where Stefanski and Shedeur can exist at the same time. I don't think that's a Shedeur issue as well. I think that's a Stefanski problem. I think that he really showed his cards this time around. I think it's really weird. I don't think it was professional at all. That's just me. I mean, I seldom question coaches at times, but when something looks suspicious and it looks strange, I have to take it for what it is. And these coaches amongst the league talk. And to be honest with you, they just thought he was going to be this showboating style kid like his father was, and they didn't treat him as his own man. And they tanked this kid. I remember we were talking about it when we were talking about the draft. Like,
Hmm.
I was offended at how low he was drafted.
All of us were.
Yeah.
Anybody who watched college football, again, Shador wasn't perfect, but Shador was a lot better than the quarterbacks drafted above him. And thank goodness he didn't go to the Titans, but that probably would have been a better situation for him because he would have started. He would have started
Yeah.
from the beginning. And people can say what they want about him being flashy and showboating and everything like that. Shedeur Sanders, through this whole thing, has been the most professional I've seen. He's
Yes.
he's been the most humble. He's like, listen, I'm just playing for a chance. Yeah, he has his moments. Yeah, do it. Do your
But
perfect
who
timing.
doesn't? Look at Jackson Dart. He walks around with the two big old iced out chains, and everything's about fashion and swag.
Yeah,
Like Cam Scatterball was starting to kind of get notoriety for being a swaggy white boy. Like, let's
yeah.
be real. Let's be real. Like, that's kind of where it was coming. And it's not to say, well, just a swaggy. Like, he
Hmm.
was he was coming across like he had swag. And the thing is, for me, it's not like oh well, if they could do it, Shador should be able to do it too. But when you are the child of one of the most notable football players of all time, you are you have the brighter lights on you, and he has done a good job of managing the bright lights that are on him.
Hmm.
I believe that everything that we hear has been a lot of prose, a lot of speculation,
Yep.
and it was based on a lot of already skewed perception instead of who he actually is and what he can actually do. And I think we're seeing that in real time. And I think that that'll be kind of the tale of two Shadors as the time goes on, because he has to now, think of the pressure that it puts on him. He is now in the big leagues. He has to make a name for himself other than being Deion Sanders' son. You get what I'm saying? And then he's in a really difficult situation with a coach. He was in a very difficult draft situation. But look at
Yeah.
it too. Look at how Tom Brady was drafted. Tom Brady was drafted at the bottom of his draft class and became the GOAT. So this could be a situation where we're watching potential greatness unfold. We don't know, but I do believe that, like you said, um, we may be witnessing history.
We definitely may be.
We may be.
And
We may be.
the crazy part about it is that shout outs to Prime first and foremost as well, because Prime has prepped all of his kids for whatever is was coming. Right?
Yeah, but that's different though.
Yeah, no, it's way different because Prime came into the league, right? And Prime is probably a top 10 all time in general,
Yeah, absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
And he went through his fair share of criticism from how he dressed, the way he acted, the whole playing baseball and the football thing, right? He took his criticism, he took it with stride and showed what
And
he
then
was
it's
do.
thing.
And it's comparable right now, like I said, like at the current moment, it's comparable because Shador taking hit after hit after hit in terms of how his coach is treating him, how the media was treating him at the beginning. The media has kind of turned and shifted. The media is kind of like,
Yeah,
hey,
but you know what? At
like,
this point, the media is trash because they created a lot of sports media is trash too, because
yeah,
they created these narratives out of pure speculation and basically like sabotage this kid. And the thing is, yes, Prime is going to prepare his son for this better than a everyday father would, but this is a different league right now too.
it is.
Now, when you talking about when Dion came into the league, we're talking about the early '90s. You know what I'm saying? Like racism and all stuff like that was way more outward. It was way more like people did not want to see a young, flashy, attractive black man do his thing. Let's be real here. It's not the same league now because even like back then there weren't many even black quarterbacks in general amounts, black
Yeah,
quarterbacks, black, it was him coming out of, him, the Emmett Smiths and
yep.
the people of that era was starting to raise in notoriety.
Mhm.
But I agree with you in that, he Prime is going to prepare his son, but then Prime never faced this level of scrutiny this early in his career to the point where it hampered his draft position. It
His growth.
hampered the ability to get us a contract that was worth his skills.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And to be in a to me, it seems like a very toxic situation. I could be wrong. I'm not above being wrong, but Stefanski was obviously wrong.
Yeah, Stefanski was wrong, and the teams above him that decided that because he know that Shedeur knew his worth, that they just wasn't going to draft him.
Absolutely.
Because now, when that rookie contract is done, y'all gonna have to pay that man. Y'all gonna have to
Right.
pay him, and you're gonna pay him
Right.
every dollar that he's owed plus tax.
I
So
agree, as they should.
as they should. So I think moving forward, again, Shador is starting for the last 4 games of the season. We're gonna see more and more what he can do, and then if he gets a full off season to where he can actually be developed and believed in, the sky's the limit for Shador
I
Sanders.
agree. I agree. I always felt like it was a little Tom Brady-esque.
Hmm.
Um, because Tom Brady was like that. I love stories like that because it's the
Yep.
stories like that that show me what you're truly made of. When you have to start from the bottom and become the GOAT, when the outcast becomes the GOAT, there's no better success story than that. His Shador's testimony is going to be rooted in the ability to have not proven people wrong, but proved himself right
Yep.
because the talent was always there. He valued himself. There's nothing wrong with valuing yourself. That's not cocky. That's not cocky. I don't care what no one says.
Nope.
That's not cocky. And I believe that there is a calling on him to be better, to do better. And I don't think it's in Cleveland.
I don't think it's in Cleveland. I don't think it's in Cleveland either. Um,
I don't know where it is.
I don't know where it is, but it
I
can't
don't
be.
know where it ain't. I know where it isn't.
It can't be Cleveland under these same circumstances. It just
Right,
absolutely.
but then again, I don't see Cleveland being the team to turn it around and become the next Chiefs either. I think
No,
they have a young squad that's entertaining enough, like you said, that they could potentially become that 500 team that that team that wins like 9 games a season, like what the Lions were looking like last year. And
yeah,
everybody, look, even the year before, everybody was rooting for the Lions.
yeah,
Everybody wanted the Lions to win. But Stefanski is no Dan Campbell either.
no. We wanted. Listen, we wanted our black Super Bowl. We wanted our black Super Bowl with the Detroit and Baltimore. That's what we wanted. We didn't get it, but we wanted that Super Bowl, and everybody's still rooting for the Lions.
Because
I think
I remember at my 25th birthday party, which was just 2 years ago, that we were watching the game, and I was like, "Yo, this Lion squad is something special." And then to be honest with you, like I love when a younger quarterback comes in and establishes the dominance. That's why I'm a fan of Jackson Dart, even though I felt like he could have waited a little longer to start. I think Dayball pushed the emergency break too much because it was his coaching blunders that caused a lot of those losses. Let's be real here too. It wasn't Russell
Yep.
Wilson's lack of productivity because for those first couple of games, Russell Wilson looked better than he did in years past, right? And then you have like the Daniel Jones who's finally coming into his own. You have other it's like, Joe Burrow, man. I just wish we can get one full healthy season with Joe Burrow.
Please.
Trevor
I
Lawrence is
just
pretty.
want one.
I just
Just
want
one.
one. He
Just
deserves
one.
one. Just
Just
one.
one.
Because he's shown what he can do when he's good. You get what I'm saying? When he's good health wise. That boy good. That
That
boy
boy
good.
good. That boy
Um
good. Josh Allen. The Bills are finding ways to win that game. Yes, on Sunday
man,
was
listen.
insane.
Man, listen. I don't
In-
want to jump on the Bills hype again this
Absolutely not. We
year,
will
but let
not.
me tell
We will
you
not. We
something.
will not.
I don't think Philly wants to see Buffalo in that Super Bowl.
I don't think a lot of teams want to see Buffalo in
I
that Super
don't think there's something different. I think it's because Josh Allen got married. It's something about a married man that they step up to the plate in ways when when they are committed and betrothed, baby.
Bowl.
You see a different man. And
Does he have
Josh
a kid?
Allen,
Does he have a kid?
I don't think no, they just got married.
Oh, I was
Him
about to
and
say if he got a kid,
Haley
it's a wrap.
Steinfeld.
Because
No,
if he,
no, it's something about that marriage, that honeymoon era.
Mhm.
Like these men, like they ready to fight Vecna if this is Stranger Things. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
we
oh yeah,
good.
yeah. No, I think yeah, Josh Allen is good, but me and you specifically have been like, yeah, come on, Josh Allen could do it this year. Josh Allen could do it this year, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
he
yeah,
he just
yeah.
he just does
No,
it, and I'm just
after a
like,
while. But you know what? Like, but look at the Chiefs look like a super team for all these years. And to be honest with you, it's not that they don't look bad. I don't think they look bad. I just don't. I just think that like they're aging. I mean, they
getting
don't look
old,
bad. They're
getting
getting
old.
older. And then another team that nobody's talking about is the Chargers look pretty freaking scary too.
The Chargers,
And the
look,
Rams sometimes
The
like
Rams are 10-3. They're number one in the
yeah,
NFC right
I
now. But and
know, I
I hate
know.
you know how much I dislike Matthew
I
Stafford.
know. I wanted to. I wanted to just not. I just did not even want to mention them. And then even the Cowboys don't look that bad either. I'm not the biggest Cowboys
Oh,
fan.
I like there are
I
certain
like Dak
games
Prescott,
I
man.
do
I
too.
like Dak
I do
Prescott.
too, man. I feel like that got to get out of Dallas, man. That got to go.
Nah, I don't. I can't see him anywhere else other than Dallas. And let me say something. These defenses are getting smarter.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's another thing people are not really like paying attention to is the fact that these defenses are reading the offenses off of just pure instinct alone, and it's making it harder to run, genuine play action plays.
And also because I think because the game has gotten less physical, that
Yeah.
people have to think a lot more. Because I've seen so many flags being blown for plays like that out of this world that nobody's supposed to be getting flags for. But these defenses are just figuring it out. But I think we're in for a hell of of a playoffs this year. Like
Yeah.
I feel like there's gonna be a team that kind of blows the roof
It
off.
might be we might really have a Chargers Bills, not Chargers, a freaking Rams Bills Super Bowl.
Right. Shoot, we have a Broncos Packers Super Bowl, bro. I'm telling you.
I don't think the Broncos are I don't think the Packers are going to the big dance.
They might not, but the Eagles might not either. We go see. We
That's
definitely go
true.
see. We
I mean,
definitely
I would like for the Packers because now that Aaron Rodgers isn't with the team anymore, they used to be my third favorite team,
yeah.
but now I like them again. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They just got to get rid of
I
just
think Jordan Love is so talented. I think he's an amazing player. I think that he doesn't get spoken about enough to me. But it's so hard to come into a league where you have a dynasty Chiefs and you have the Eagles, and then before that it was the 49ers who were like the dominant team and
world
stuff. But
beaters, man.
But I really think that we're seeing a tide change in the NFL.
And I love that. Honestly, I love that. Sports has to change, right? Change is constant.
Evolve. Yeah.
Evolve. Yes, they have
Yeah.
sports has to evolve, and it constantly does evolve. So to have teams that were up there, like when we saw the Patriots dominate for forever, right? And then they had their little spots where the Giants got them twice, the Eagles
Yeah.
got them as well. And you saw like, okay, well they can be beat. It they can be beat, and then the changing of the guard happens.
Mhm.
You have the Chiefs. Uh, we saw that the Chiefs can be beat, and we've watched the Super Bowls ad nauseum, uh, and seeing that maybe the Chiefs probably shouldn't have won one or two of those, but
Every Super Bowl was close.
every
They
Super
did not blow. I don't think they blew anybody out of the water. I think for the most part,
they
they've
played
always
from
either
behind.
played from behind or they blew a lead or
Hmm.
something. It's like the Mahomes has magic in the second half, but
Hmm.
you can't deny greatness either. Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game as well. So I never
Absolutely.
want to take that away from him either. It's like what they and then what if they come back next year and beat everybody ass again? You never know. I'm trying to
Yeah,
remember who they lost against. It was just the Eagles.
they lost the Eagles. They lost to Tom and the Bucks.
Right, I remember that.
So like,
I felt bad for that one for them because they were like the young team. I remember when we were really high on them when they were like the young guns trying to make a name for themselves, and then when
but
they
you also called
became
Tom winning that Super Bowl too. You called
oh,
Tom winning.
absolutely, absolutely, I
It's like
saw it happening. I saw, and I
so
was
too.
happy that it happened.
Oh yeah, me too. Like
I
that was.
felt bad. Don't get me wrong. I felt bad because I really liked, I liked that young Chiefs core back then.
Mhm.
That was like going on 5 Super Bowls ago. They were young, they were hungry. They seemed like they liked playing with each other. You get what I'm saying? Like they loved like that little core that they had. And I
Yeah.
just feel like, after a while, you're everybody loves you when you're an underdog. And when
Hmm.
you're out on top, it's a whole different beast.
Yeah. Let the Eagles go on a tear and win another Super Bowl. Everyone's gonna be like, "Fuck the Eagles, bro!" Like,
Absolutely. A lot of people are saying that now. A lot of
yeah,
people are already saying that.
yeah. A lot of people are already saying. That. I'm just like
And you can't say a damn thing bad about Jalen Hurts, baby.
Jalen.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Jalen Hurts is what you want a professional athlete to be, bro. Like in the NFL for sure. Like in the NFL for sure.
Black excellence to its core.
Absolutely. But that is a wrap for the Your Sports Show. Follow us on all social media platforms. Follow me at the Wise Brother on everything. Follow Tavia at your own risk. If if she decides to accept you, she probably won't. But follow all of us. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe on everything that we do. We still got more in store for you before the year is up and coming into the new year. So keep on the lookout for that. But for the Queen Tay, it is your boy, the Wise Brother, Big Baby, signing off. Peace.
Peace.